We're joined today by Tony Ford, Managing Director of Marston's.
Thank you,
Marston's Telecoms. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us, Tony. Much appreciated.
My pleasure.
Rather than me kind of put together what I think Marston's is and what you're doing in the newly appointed role, could we kind of ask you just to give us a bit of background as to yourself and Marston's Telecom?
My name is Tony Ford. I'm the Managing Director now of Marston's Telecoms. I spent a lifetime in this industry, going back to the early 90s, where I worked as a consultant for some major institutions like British Airways and Apple and other companies, and I spent traveling around the world just looking at networks and Wi-Fi mainly. And then I started an ISP with a colleague back in the early days of the ISPs. Yep. And of course, one of our first customers was Marston's, who were then called Banks's or Wolverhampton Dudley Brewers, and they were a major customer of ours, and we deployed networks and comms and Wi-Fi into that infrastructure. Okay. And my relationship was always there. And so when I sold out of the ISP business, I actually went as a consultant to Marston's.
Right. Okay.
And I have been in the background creating or helping them create Telecoms as it is today.
Tony, one of the main subject for today is SD-WAN and Comms365 and the services that we offer and we've offered to you, which thankfully Marston's has picked up and run with as a service. So I guess my first question for you is, why have you, Marston's, decided to deploy SD-WAN technology in your core?
Let me answer a different sort of question. Okay. The PLC infrastructure is all MPLS, and but that we found that was a very heavy commitment for anyone. So as a very large organisation, we can afford to go into that sort of area, but we found it very restrictive, and it wasn't really in line with what was happening in the environment or within our actual industry, is that people were looking for simpler routes to achieve the same goals.
Okay.
And so obviously we engage with yourselves and believe that actually that is the way forward. We need to actually be able to offer other products that are actually simpler but achieve the same goal.
Right. Okay.
And so that's really why we chose to go that route. But there are obviously other benefits from that.
Tony, what advice would you give to other resellers thinking of selling SD-WAN?
In my opinion, they don't have a choice now. I mean, if they want to get into the market or get to a product where they can actually achieve better returns and better, and because this is a quick process, so SD-WAN gives them it's a faster process to get them actually get their customers on board. Yeah. And we keep forgetting that SD-WAN provides, it's basically a contract killer. In my opinion, is if you're out there today and you find a customer and you're going through the process of moving them to their WAN onto yours, and then they say, actually we've got to stop because we realise that one of our links is still 6 months to go.
Yeah.
And so what that's doing to them is that they should say, well, sorry, but we're not going to do it. You have to come back in 6 months' time. What the SD-WAN approach says is actually they can actually take that on board now and actually bring that back onto the network and then as soon as that comes up for renewal, you just slide it over. Yeah. So what we're saying,
the network agnostic element of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. What it means is that we are enabling sales to occur rather than to be an objective. An objection not to do it.
Yes.
So for any reseller today, if you are not doing SD-WAN, you're not fulfilling you're missing out on the sales. You're not fulfilling your sales that you could actually go for, because you're taking away that reason not to come over to you.